let's keep your week rolling just right with the right mix of news and conversation. Now, whether you're catching us online, on TV, or on the radio, hop on and join the chat. I'm Paolo de Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Asis-Carilo. We are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM. Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to Beautiful Day.
All right, so today is a bit more beautiful. I don't remember the last time.
A bit more beautiful? Bakit? Always naman beautiful.
I don't remember the last time we actually had sun on our
Yesterday we had
window.
sun.
No, was it?
Yeah.
Parang gusto ko i-double check.
Yesterday we had sun. Check mo. Yeah, see? Direct confirm.
Okay, fine. We had sun for 2 days. Hindi ako sanay na 2 days na may sun tayo.
You know what? Sa totoo lang, hindi ako sanay like seeing the sun the whole day. I'm always expecting rain. Lalo na sa Quezon City because it always rains in the afternoon in Quezon City for some reason. But lately, parang wow,
well,
there's
the
a lot of sun.
reason is because it's Basta mataas
Kasi
yung
mataas
yung Quezon City.
Yeah, tinanong ko na rin sa pag-asa yan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sa topography niya.
So mataas kami. We up there, you know.
Yeah. Kami kasi yung mga taga-south medyo
Down below.
medyo,
Down under?
Hindi. Down to earth. Down to earth lang kami.
Pero hindi mo masyadong nire-represent yung down.
No, I am super humble kaya ako.
Wow, okay.
Super. And of course, you can agree with me over on YouTube and Facebook. And normally, we're not just found just there, Anne.
You can agree and beg to disagree on YouTube and Facebook, guys. As early as now, go ahead and send us your messages, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And also, aside from being simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM, we are also on the Facebook page of Mellow 94.7 BFM. So to those listening right now, hi guys! If you're not driving and you have access to your phone, go ahead and let us know your messages. If you want us to say hi to you, we can do that, diba, Pao?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we can.
Of course we can. We always do that. We always have a batian portion.
Yes, we do.
Right after our horoscope segment with Master Hats. But we got a jam-packed show today.
Yes, we do. We actually have, I'm excited for our guests today. We have 2 podcasters. Well, they're recent podcasters, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
So
but they
Say
have been
Wuht
friends for the
podcast.
longest time.
Yes, they have. They have
Yes.
been. And, talk about falling out. They talk about
Yeah.
their age. And,
I love the name of their podcast.
Yeah, you
Say Wuht.
You see, I've listened. But look, it's great. It's great that they're coming on over. They're such great personalities.
Yes.
They're so light to talk to. And of course, can't wait to have more conversations with them. And of course, let's see what we can take from them to make the show better.
We're actually talking about Asistio and Gee Canlas. I'm
Yes, we are.
excited to see Gee Canlas again because we used to work together on Wave 89.1. So the last time we saw each other was when we were still working there sa radio station. But that was many, many years back. So I'm excited to see her again. That's happening later. And for our love hacks towards the end of the show, we will be having another Q&A edition.
Kasi ang
love
successful
hacks.
ng last segment natin.
Yeah.
Of course, shout out to China Barachina for that last time we did that.
Yes.
Napaka-chaotic yung energy natin nun. And we're hoping for more of the same here.
Kasi when we opened that kind of edition of Love Hacks question and answer, Coach V has been receiving so many questions bigla.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, people have so many questions about love.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like it matters so much.
It does,
It
of
does.
course.
Of course, we have a lot to go through. So let us check out first what's happening out on the road, Anne.
Yes, let's check the situation in major roads at this hour. First up, we take a look at EDSA White Plains. On the left side of your screens are vehicles going to Shaw Boulevard. We're seeing light traffic on that area. Opposite lane is the same situation. Right side are vehicles going to Cubao, light traffic on that area. Then we take a look now at EDSA Orense in Makati. Light side or the left side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Pasay City. Light traffic on that stretch. Opposite lane, same situation, everything green and go. On the right side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Now, heads up to motorists. The expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Tuesday, so vehicles with license plates ending in 3 and 4 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And now our fuel price update for the week. Oil companies have advised they will be increasing gas prices. Gasoline and kerosene are going up by 20 centavos per liter, while diesel prices are increasing by 80 centavos per liter. The Department of Energy says the price hikes follow renewed sanctions on Iran by the United States. What will the weather be like this Tuesday? Let's go find out from Paolo as he gives us today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Pao.
Thank you so much, Anne. Let's take a look at two weather systems that are currently affecting the country and will bring rains in different areas. Now, the first one we're going to take a look at is the northeasterly wind flow, which is affecting the eastern sections of the northern and central Luzon regions. Now, the second one we're looking at is actually at the south part of the country. This is the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or the ITCZ. Now, this is bringing rainy weather over Palawan and the Visayas and Mindanao regions. Now, over up north first, let's go focus on that. The northeasterly surface wind flow will bring cloudy skies and rain showers over the Bicol region and the Quezon province. Meanwhile, over in Cagayan Valley and Ilocos Norte, as well as Aurora and Apayao, will experience partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains. Now, these are mostly due to the cooler northeasterly winds blowing in from the Pacific. Now, as for Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon, you can expect partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms, mainly in the afternoon or in the evening due to localized thunderstorms. So it's a mix of sun and showers for much of Luzon today. Now, as we go down south to Mindanao and in the Visayas region, let's move down south to the ITCZ. Now, the ITCZ continues to bring cloudy skies and scattered rain showers and thunderstorms, especially over Palawan and the Visayas region, and of course, most parts of Mindanao. Now, these areas may experience the occasional heavy rains, so be ready with your rain gear and be alert for possible flash floods and or landslides, especially in flood-prone areas. Now, apart from the things that are happening here in the PAR, let's also take a look at what's happening outside of it, because Pag-asa is also keeping an eye on a low-pressure area located outside the Philippine area of responsibility. Now, as of this latest update, this LPA was last spotted about 2,285 kilometers east of eastern Visayas. Now, Pag-asa says that it has a high chance of developing into tropical cyclone within the next 24 hours. However, based on its northward movement, there is only a slim chance it will enter the Philippine area of responsibility. Still, we will continue to monitor this weather disturbance really closely. Now, as for our sea conditions, good news because no gale warning has been issued anywhere in the country. So seas will be generally light to moderate with wave heights ranging from 0.6 to 1.5 meters. So if you're heading out to sea or planning coastal activities, conditions are fair and generally safe. But that is it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you so much, Pao. Now on to our headlines this morning. COMELEC is not ready for a snap election, nor is there any law supporting such. This according to COMELEC Chairman George Garcia. On BNC's agenda, Garcia said that conducting any kind of election, especially on a national level, is a costly endeavor of around 40 billion pesos, and COMELEC simply does not have the budget right now.
Kinakailangan po mag-appropriate ng public fund para po sa isang halalan. Hindi po basta-basta pwede na gumasto si COMELEC ng pondo o bigyan kami ng pondo para lang po gastusin sa isang halalan. Napakagastos po kasi ng isang special election, Ma'am Corina, para ka rin nagpatawag ng isang regular na halalan na kung saan kung ito'y automated, mga 40 billion ang gagastusin natin, at kung ito naman ay manual na halalan, mga 20 billion ang kakailanganin gastusin, lalo pa kung ito ay buong Pilipinas at hindi lamang limitado sa isang distrito.
This follows Senator Alan Peter Cayetano proposing a government reset on his Facebook post. Citing a loss of public trust in current officials, he called for a mass resignation and snap elections. COMELEC Chair George Garcia adds that the Philippine Constitution has a system of succession in place should an elected official be removed from their post, and new laws or amendments would be needed to support such an event.
Sa ating pong saligang batas, 1987 Constitution, napakaliwanag po kasi na fix ang term ng presidente, vice-presidente, senador, congressman. Kahit nga po local officials ay nakafix ang termino nito. Nagsisimula ng June 30 tanghali at matatapos ng June 30, 6 na taon pagkalipas po ng kanilang assumption to office. At kung sakali po magkaroon ng vacancy dahil namatay o nag-resign, yung mismong nakaupo ay meron pong paraan para ma-fill upan at mapunan yung mismong na naging puwang na yon o bakante na pwesto. So meron po tayong mga pamamaraan na ganon. Ngayon po, mukha pong kakailanganin ng amendment sa saligang batas kung isasagawa ang isang snap election o kung hindi man ay magkakaroon dapat ng batas.
Well, in relation to that, Paolo's press officer Claire Castro slammed Senator Alan Peter Cayetano's call for snap elections, claiming it's just a move to remove President Marcos and put his own allies in power. Lawmakers shot down the idea, saying it distracts from more pressing issues like corruption and flood control. Akbayan Party List Representative Jel Jokno also questioned the need for a snap election, saying Congress is already making progress. Former Taguig Mayor Lino Cayetano supported his brother's call for all government officials to resign and hold snap elections, but said it should start with their own family, believing no Cayetano should run in 2028.
Another lawmaker pushes back against Senator Alan Cayetano's call for the mass resignation of elected officials. On Bilyonaryo News Channel's On Point, Senior Deputy Minority Leader Edgar Erice described the proposal as impossible. He insists officials cannot abandon their promises to constituents. Instead, Erice calls for an end to political dynasties.
Kung bawasan yung mga political dynasties, palagay ko malaking impact na yan sa mga tao, lalo na sa mga Gen Z. Yung corruption na ito, isa sa pinakamalaking dahilan, yung political dynasties.
Erice also laments Senator Panfilo Lacson's resignation as Senate Blue Ribbon Committee Chair. The congressman believes Lacson was the perfect man to lead the panel.
Mahihirapan talaga tayo na yung pulot-dulo nitong problema nito ay nakikita natin dahil umalis na po si Senator Lacson. Mawawala ng tiwala mga mamamayan sa investigation. Anyone po na papalit sa kanya ay talagang sa tingin ko po i-measure. Tingin ko walang makakapantay. Dahil siya po, sigurado, walang itinatago na insertion, walang tinatago na amendment sapagkat noong pa yan na ang advocacy niya.
Senate President Tito Soto confirmed yesterday that he already received the resignation letter of Senator Ping Lacson. He's resigning as chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee. And maraming nalulungkot, as we've seen, si Representative Erice. Justice Secretary Remulla has also expressed his sentiment. Senator Kiko Pangilinan has said in a statement that he hopes that Sen Ping would reconsider. And Senator Tito himself has said na the way that Senator Ping ran the Blue Ribbon Committee hearings was very good, and sinabi nga niya na mahirap palitan si Senator Ping Lacson as chairman. Pero sabi naman din ni Senator Ping Lacson that his fight against corruption will continue even if he steps down as chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee.
Yes, so I mean, just talking to anyone who has been following the politics, political analysts, veteran reporters, a lot of them would say that numbers game talaga yung politics. So at the moment, of course, in the Senate, in particular sa panig ni Senator Panfilo Lacson, the numbers are not necessarily with them in terms of the numbers of senators who would support his continued chairmanship. So the lines are being constantly drawn. We've said that in the past.
Yeah.
But of course, apart from that, we also have to talk a bit about Senator Alan Peter Cayetano's Facebook post. Diba? Ang lakas pa rin ng Facebook hanggang ngayon that it would cause this much stir. We're taking a look at the political reset and the pushback that has been brought about. The interesting part, though, is that when former Mayor Lino Cayetano did mention that no Cayetano should run in 2028, it doesn't necessarily mean proposed snap election lang to. So moving forward, it makes you wonder, will we see a Cayetano run for any public office in 2028? Considering that they are, at least now, currently one of the more active families in politics in general. So makita natin.
And I know they're pushing for a law no, to stop political dynasties.
Well, that's
in the
been there for a
government.
while.
Yes.
It's been in the works for a while.
We'll see.
Sa political
Diba?
dynasties.
Kung
Oo.
talagang mangyayari ito. But I know that the Senate is, some senators are really pushing for that law. Some congressmen as well. I want to go back to Representative Erice. Speaking of, investigations on the flood control project, because he's calling on the House to have President Marcos Jr. certify as urgent or an urgent measure House Bill number 4453. Kasi ICI currently has limited powers. Kulang sa ngipin is how some lawmakers describe it. Walang contempt power and prosecutorial power yung ICI. Kaya this particular bill, once approved, will give the ICI additional power it needs to continue conducting these investigations. And Representative Erice actually disclosed na meron siyang nakausap na member ng ICI who is contemplating on resigning due to the limited powers ng komite. He didn't name anyone in particular, pero that's what he said in a statement. And of course, the last thing we need right now is for the public to lose trust in the ICI, diba? So this House bill needs to be prioritized sana before mag-break ang Congress.
Well, when you talk about the ICI, that's the criticism we actually did mention. Sa simula pa lang, that it was always going to be something that, unless it had more power, it was always going to be something that we would feel that was a bit lacking. So again, we're seeing it all come to a head right now. That's why you should keep on watching the show. We talk about this.
Yes.
So, of course, beyond that, though, we also have to talk about the PNP and, of course, the Army, because calls are growing for soldiers, police, and reservists to withdraw support from President Marcos over alleged corruption in flood control projects. AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Bronner Jr. confirmed that some retired generals have tried to convince him and other officers to withdraw support from the president, but he denied any coup is in the works. He called the coup rumors a litmus test for soldiers and stressed that a military takeover is not the solution. Meanwhile, the PNP says there is no need for a loyalty check, believing the president's stand against corruption speaks for itself.
Sa akin, wala pa naman ko makausap, as well as my staff, as well as the commanders, and even the regional directors, kasi yan ang mga pinaka-importantes, whether civilian and or retired armed forces or Philippine National Police officials.
If you're referring to me, then I can tell you directly that I did not talk to any religious group. I did not plan a coup d'etat with the Secretary of National Defense, directed by the CIA.
Now that we're talking about the ICI, PAO, former DPWH Secretary and Senator Mark Villar, along with flood control royalty, Curly and Sara Diskaya, are set to face the ICI investigation. The hearing resumes today with the senator and the Diskaya couple confirmed to attend. The ICI says the session will be closed to the public, or the sessions will be closed to the public to avoid trial by publicity and political exploitation.
So this is exactly what we were talking about when we were discussing whether or not it should be more public and transparent yung proseso ng ICI, because that has been one of the criticisms. We've had numerous congressmen, congresswomen come up and practically say, like, look, we need to televise this and have the transparency. But the argument against it was what we mentioned a while ago, the trial by publicity and political exploitation. Because if it could be hijacked one way or the other. And some people might actually say that that might have happened during the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing.
There was an interview last night on Agenda. I just forgot like who said it in particular. But the suggestion was to publicize the hearings, and then if there is certain information that may be delicate, you know, like a really dangerous information, too early to be publicized, yun ang ipatawag or pwede magpatawag ng executive hearing. So yun ang pwedeng behind closed doors. But the other sessions dapat i-publicize.
Well, and also, when you take a look at the names mentioned here, Senator Mark Villar and, of course, Curly and Sara Diskaya, there are going to be a lot of questions that I personally had wanted to see the answers to. So we're going to have to move on from there, though, and let's see whether or not the ICI, as we mentioned, gets more power.
Yes.
Or will its power be reduced even further with the resignation of some of the members of the ICI?
Now, in world news this time, Swedish activist Greta Thunberg hit out at international politicians in a video statement released this morning. That is after she and hundreds more activists were captured by Israel on the high seas in attempts to bring aid to Gaza.
Terrorism is defined as the calculated act of using violence to incite fear in a population for political control. Is that really what this peaceful humanitarian mission carrying food, medicine, baby formula in line with international law was doing? One can really ask who the real terrorist is here.
The young campaigner was greeted with a cheering pro-Palestinian crowd in Greece. 161 other activists arrived along with her on the flight. They attempted to reach Gaza in scores of vessels to bring aid supplies to Gaza, where hunger is at a crisis point, according to the United Nations. Israel rejects accusations of genocide and said reports of hunger are exaggerated.
Now, moving on to sports, potentially big news because is NBA star LeBron James retiring? The internet is rife with speculation after James posted a teaser to an event that he has dubbed as The Decision. Now, this is the second time King James has dubbed an event The Decision. In 2010, James announced via a TV special that he was, quote, taking his talents to South Beach, formally announcing his move from the Cleveland Cavaliers to the Miami Heat in what he has called the hashtag The Second Decision. Now, it is anticipated that James, who is entering his 23rd season, will reveal more details with regard to his retirement timeline. The Second Decision is teased to be released at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, again, all right, sabihin natin, LeBron James is going. It's an end of an era, Anne.
Yeah.
He's playing for 23 years.
23 years. But wait, how old is LeBron James?
Old enough to say that he played for 23 years in the NBA.
Pero is that
Wait.
the longest time that a
One of the longest.
one of the longest.
Yes.
Who was the longest, would you know?
I have to Google that. But the
Okay.
thing with the LeBron James is that 23 years of productive basketball. Kasi minsan kapag tumatanda ka,
Yeah.
you bench player ka na lang or you're practically a coach, pero he's still
But
one of
siya,
the
no,
guys.
yeah.
I think I will not get into the debate of whether or not Michael Jordan or LeBron James is the GOAT. Okay? I mean, some older people might say
Awayan ka
mga
nung
Will.
ibang, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, whatever. All right? All I can say is that for his era, medyo unprecedented yung ginawa ni LeBron James. The fact of the matter is that his longevity, his productivity
Yeah.
combined puts him in a league of his own. Now, whether or not he impacted the game like a Michael Jordan, that's up to you to decide. Ako, basta tinalo ni Michael Jordan yung mga team ko at galit pa rin ako sa kanya. So, I cannot say anything with
So
any
I guess that makes him
bias.
the GOAT.
Let's move on. May
Yes.
tsaa ba tayo?
Here's our tea for
Ayun.
this morning. Okay, first cup of tea. Nicole Kidman makes her first public appearance after separating with her husband of 19 years, Keith Urban. The Oscar winner was spotted with her daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret, at Paris Fashion Week's Chanel Spring-Summer presentation. The Moulin Rouge star joined a flurry of A-listers to see Chanel's new creative director, Matthew Blazy. I hope I got that right. Kick off his design reboot of the storied fashion house. I believe that Nicole already filed for divorce from Keith Urban, and I saw rumors, I heard it from the grapevine, that si Keith Urban has already moved on.
Hala!
Meron na raw siyang ibang girl.
My
Maybe
gosh!
that's why, he was spotted without the wedding ring anymore. And I saw this interview of him talking about the hosts were trying to ask him about Nicole Kidman, and then he just didn't want to answer. It said, okay, let's move on.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
baka
parang
heartbroken
people,
pa rin.
fans, no, this was before they separated. Parang kasi, di ba, they were,
Before it was publicly.
yeah, public, yeah.
Yeah.
Kasi they were already living separately before they came out with news that they were separated. So, people are saying he has already moved on. Kasi, di ba, Nicole Kidman didn't want nga to be separated from Keith Urban. So, there, sad news, walang forever.
I don't know. We'll see. Tanungin natin si Coach V mamaya.
Oh yeah, diba? We can talk about that. Okay, second cup of tea for today. Taylor Swift quickly shut down rumors that her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, will be her last. In a BBC interview, she said getting married to Travis Kelce does not mean she'll quit making music, calling the idea shockingly offensive. The pop star agreed that fans sometimes panic, but said she loves being with someone who understands how fulfilled she feels creating art and music. Swift praised how supportive Kelce is of her career and said they connect through their passions. She also shared that she's moved on from the dark emotions in her last album, Dark Emotions, and is in a happier place while creating this new music. So, according to Taylor, she said that her fans, though, are worried because they were saying that she's already getting married, she's going to have children, so this will probably be the last album. And she is swift to say that that's not the reason people get married, to quit their jobs.
Do you know that buti na lang that she debunked it because we all in a span of a week or a few days, we could have lost both LeBron James and Taylor Swift. Ano ba yan,
Hindi pa
guys?
naman confirmed yung kay
Di ba yung
LeBron.
confirmed kay LeBron? Ito, dinebunk rin ni
At least
Taylor.
dinebunk niya,
I know,
diba?
but the thought of it, of losing
kasi-
both LeBron
Yeah,
and
and
Tay
Taylor Swift-
on the same day.
I don't think Taylor Swift is going to retire anytime soon. I mean, she's too young. She can still make music until she's like, what, 80? I mean, look at Dolly Parton. Diba? She's still touring. Well, not right now because she's on a med break, but,
Yeah,
you know.
I'm just saying, all right. Look, if Taylor
Guys.
wanted to retire, she could, but I'm happy that she's not.
Yes.
Kasi we've
That's still
seen
good
a
news.
lot of young musicians, a lot of young pop stars just stop for whatever reason. And they
Yeah.
could, because, you know, especially if they made it good. Itong si LeBron, of course, he's been there forever. It feels like it feels like he would play forever, sa totoo lang. But then, you know, all good things have to come to an end.
Did he ever get like seriously injured?
Not really. Now, if ever he'd have spans out, but then nothing too major, if I remember
okay.
correctly. I mean, like, that's good for
Kasi
him.
some people retire kasi diba their injuries are too severe.
Yes.
And yeah.
Ito, wala, look, he's played so long, he's not playing with his son. All right? That's how long he's been playing. Like,
Oh,
could you
that's so
imagine yung
cute.
anak mo, you gave birth, you've had a child, and now you're playing ball with him. Sorry, Dad, that never happened for us. Pero ayun.
And that is our tea for this morning.
So we're going to take a look at the global weather after the break.
Plus our horoscope of the day with Master Hans Kua. So don't go away. Beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Let's take a look at the global weather. Floods and landslides have killed at least 50 people over in Nepal, leaving many communities isolated and in need of help. In the southeastern district of Mahotari, floodwaters submerged homes and forced families to evacuate. District Officer Narayan Prasad Rizal says local officials are providing food and clean water to displaced residents. One local resident expressed frustration over what he called inaction from authorities, saying everything they owned has been lost. The eastern district of Ilam, near the Indian border, was among the hardest hit, recording 37 of the 50 deaths, according to the armed police force. Rescue and relief operations continue in flood-hit areas. Now, still in India, heavy rains triggered floods and landslides in Darjeeling, killing at least 18 people and leaving several missing. Authorities in West Bengal have started relief and restoration work after days of unrelenting rain. State Chief Mamata Banerjee visited the affected areas, promising to survey damaged homes and begin rehabilitation efforts. Bridges and roads have collapsed in Darjeeling and Alipurdwar, cutting off access to remote communities. Officials warn the death toll may rise as reports continue to come in from isolated areas. Authorities urge residents to stay alert as heavy rains are expected to continue in the coming days. Our prayers out to those in the region. Now, over on in Tibet, the hundreds of trekkers stranded by a blizzard near the eastern face of Mount Everest have been guided to safety, according to Chinese state media. Footage from the Tibet Firefighting Department showed rescuers leading trekkers through knee-deep snow and harsh winds. As of Sunday, 350 had reached Kudang town, while contact was made with more than 200 others. Nearly 1,000 people were trapped in Karma Valley after heavy snow and rain hit the region since Friday. Authorities have suspended entry to the Everest scenic area as rescue teams continue operations amid the persistent snowfall. That's it for Weather HQ at the moment, Ann. Back to you.
Thank you, Pao. Now it's time for us to find out what the stars have in store for us today. Let's go hear it from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope ngayong araw ng Tuesday, October 7. Simulan natin sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat. Iwasan ang gasto sa mga bagay na hindi mo na kailangan ngayon. Yellow at 3. Kay Ox naman tayo kumain ng saging o avocado. Maganda kasi yan para mabalanse ang mood mo. Green at 2. Kay Tiger naman tayo bawasan ang sabay-sabay na trabaho. Unahin ang mga deadlines. White at 6. Sa mga Year of the Rabbit naman, bentahe mo ngayon ang pagiging matipid. Ituloy mo lang yan. Blue at 4. Kay Drago naman tayo, kung ikaw ang nasaktan, huwag magpadala sa init ng ulo. Gamitin ang katahimikan bilang lakas. Red at 9. Sa mga Year of the Snake naman tayo, panahon na para ayusin ang overdue ng mga dokumento o report. Gold at 5. Sa mga Year of the Horse naman tayo, may taong tahimik pero nagmamalasakit. Ikaw na lang ang hindi nakakaramdam. Green at 1. Sa mga Year of the Sheep naman tayo, magandang araw para maglista ng mga hindi dapat gastusin. White at 8. Kay Year of the Monkey naman tayo, mag-rehydrate sa gabi bago matulog, lalo na kung mainit ang panahon. Blue at 7. Kay Year of the Rooster naman tayo, masarap magmahal ng tahimik, pero siguraduhin mong nararamdaman din niya yan. Red at 6. Kay Dog naman tayo, may mahalagang detalye na madadaanan. Mag-ingat sa mabilisang trabaho. White at 4. Kay Year of the Pig naman tayo, mag-relax at huwag magmadali sa pag-akyat o pagbaba ng hagdan. Green at 9. Paalala lang ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day dito lang po sa Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you, as always, Master Hans Kua. I love that he always gives me financial advice.
Oh, manhid daw ata ako eh.
Oo. There's someone who cares for you and probably showing you affection quietly, tapos manhid ka.
Do it loudly kasi. Baka no, really! Baka
Kasi may
hindi
mga
ko lang
taong,
nanonotice.
may mga taong nahihiya, 'di ba? Because they
Yeah.
might be rejected.
Kaya nga,
or
don't shy.
Don't
alright?
shy.
Don't shy. And actually, let us know how you feel, diba? Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a
that's true.
feeling thing, diba?
Yeah.
It could be like, oh, I just want to help out or something like
Oo,
that.
or
diba?
baka napapansin niya na parang you're losing too much weight too soon.
Sino ba yan?
Gusto kanyang padala ng food, 'di ba?
Magpadala kayo ng food, then we'll give it to Ann, diba? So at least makinabang tayong lahat. But, it's going to be great if in general, we talk more. Or, yung sa financial advice mo.
Oh, yung financial advice ko, di ba? I have to make a list of things that are not needed para I don't have to buy them.
Mag-budget ka. Mag-budget ka.
Sakto yan right now because I'm making a list of who to give Christmas gifts to.
Yun.
So, tanggalin na natin yung mga pwedeng hindi na, no? Kunwari si
Monique,
Paolo del
Tucson.
Rosario, marami na siyang items or marami na siyang marami na siyang fans na nagbibigay sa kanya ng gifts. So, pwede na rin hindi na ako magbigay sa kanya.
Basta,
Monique Tucson,
basta wag mo bigyan si George Cahiles, okay tayo.
Okay, let's say hi to people joining us on Facebook and on YouTube. We have Chiquito, as always, counting down the days till Christmas. Later on, Chiquito will be having our official countdown. I like his message, actually. He said, people saying PBBM resign, snap elections now, impeach PBBM, abolish Senate, abolish Congress, are useless to society.
Sabi
Oo
niya,
nga. Magulo kasi. Wag na tayong maggulo. Diba?
Yeah,
Let's just
and-
focus on the issue at hand, which is corruption.
And I can guarantee you, there will always be another side saying na, hindi, kailangan
Yeah,
tanggalin nila. I
you
mean,
know
like,
what?
that's
That's
how
so
it
true.
is. There's never
Yeah.
going to be a consensus view.
I know. Buti na lang,
Oo.
Chiquito, wala kang kalaban ngayon on the chat group.
Oh, for
Ikaw
now.
lang, for
Tignan mo,
now.
dahil sinabi natin, may mga away
Mamaya,
ngayon.
meron
Oo,
ka
may mga
magta-type
away.
dyan. But Michael Angelo Buddy Tew is saying, good morning, Miss Anne and Prof. Pao, nakakapogi del Rosario. Pao, nakakapogi. Pao, napakapogi del Rosario there. And he's actually excited for Gee Canlas and Asistio, our guests for later. And then he also said, bigyan daw ng gift si George.
Pwede nang galing sa'yo and then sulat na ng pangalan.
Sige, pwede. Joint
Oo,
Or
joint
Gcash
gift,
mo na
joint
lang
gift.
ako.
Gcash na lang kita. Like, ayoko bigyan ng gift si George. Pero I'll do it as part of the show.
You should give him like a funny gift. Maybe like a prank gift.
Yeah, a nameplate that says Greg. Ganun.
Pwede.
Ganun.
Total, tinatawag
Para
naman
tama
siya.
na yung spelling.
Actually, minsan pag may interview kami sa Agenda Weekend, tinatawag nga siyang Greg eh.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it looks like a typo.
Yes. So parang nga, yes, Greg. Oo.
I'm
Salamat,
joking,
Greg.
George. We love you.
And someone actually called me, Miss George.
Miss George.
Miss George.
Okay. All right. So I think on that note,
Yes,
we
but-
gotta move on in a bit. But you have someone else?
No. We're just saying that the comment section is still open.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you have questions for, especially later for Love Hacks, because we're doing another Q&A edition of the segment later on. So if you have love questions you want to throw our way, go ahead and send it on YouTube or on Facebook. And we are also on the Facebook page of Mellow 94.7 BFM. So I am checking all those comment boxes. Let me know what you guys want to ask Coach V or our guests
Of
later
course.
on.
And again, yung sa Coach V, very interactive segment. Again, big hit last time.
Yeah.
Should be a bigger
They-
hit
I
this
think
time
they
around.
love the bowl and then picking
Oh,
out
yeah,
the questions
yeah,
randomly. They
yeah.
love that.
And let's just end the day na walang issue in our own personal lives.
Oo, wala na ganun. Let's just focus on someone else's
Yeah.
love life, not
Let's help-
ours
let's help
anymore,
someone
please.
else. Let's help someone else.
Lagi na nafo-focus eh. Nagkakaroon pa tayo ng mga dating profile bigla eh, diba?
No comment.
So anyway, our guests coming up are the most chaotic duo to do a podcast next to Pao and I, of course. The hosts of Say Wuht podcast, Asistio and Gee Canlas. They join us later in the Hangout after the break. So don't go away. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. beautiful day. Your favorite Marites duo is in the studio. After a major BFF falling out, these two reunite to create a podcast. The hosts of Say Wuht podcast, singer-songwriter, mental health and alopecia awareness advocate Abby Asistio, and comedian and host Gee Canlas join us in the Hangout. Beautiful day, Abby and Gee. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
I love it, Marites duo.
Oo nga eh.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
Sort of like that.
We really had to say what? Kailangan ganun na pagsabi nung ano.
I love how you said it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So you've been friends for the longest time,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and now you have, kasi nagka-falling out kayo, we'll talk about that later, and then you reunited and came out with this brand new podcast, relatively new.
Yeah,
diba? Yeah, let's talk about that. What's it all about? What's Say Wuht all about?
Actually, anything that makes you go say what.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, pretty much, things that are from our point of view, we would like to think na in our years of existence, meron na rin kaming na-gather na little nuggets of wisdom and kalokohan at the same time.
The kalokohan is the most important
Oh, the
part.
kalokohan
Yeah.
is the best part actually. And
Yes.
then when you put the honesty together, talagang it feels so refreshing. But syempre, we're in an age wherein we can say that, naalala nyo dati that, oh, have you heard my mixtape? It felt like everyone had it.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it feels like everyone has this podcast. But what made you
Yeah.
decide to go, okay, let's try this. Let's try making a podcast together, Abby.
Yeah, because Say What has been ongoing since we were, well, I would say kids. Kasi
Yeah.
mga
We
nene
were
pa kami
kids.
when we started the YouTube show. So we would do skits, ganyan, funny stuff. Pero after years of, maturing, having our own path, she's a mom now, parang we wanted to revive Say What, but in a show na mas makakapag-real talk kami as
Yeah.
kung sino na kami ngayon.
Yeah.
And may relevant topics na kami that a lot of people would be able to relate to.
And in one of your episodes, you talked about yung falling out yung dalawa, which I really cannot imagine because I know that you two have been friends for like the longest time.
Yeah.
Diba? So let's
18
talk
years,
about
I think.
that. At bakit ba kayo nagkaroon ng falling out?
Nagdibo na yung friendship ninyo.
I know.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Nagdibo na yung friendship.
At ang celebration, naggawa tayo ng podcast.
Yeah. I think it really just in a nutshell kasi ang daming you'll have to watch the podcast for the
Yeah.
nitty-gritty. But there really comes a time na parang akala nyo you do things together as besties, pareho kayo ng interest, pareho kayo ng goals. But then eventually nagkakaroon kayo ng fork. Pareho kayo ng iba ng direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because of that, we
So,
stopped.
yeah, basically there was an opportunity for the both of us to do. And then at that time, kasi I was starting my singing career. So
Okay.
parang following that path that I thought was for me, but it would compromise the professional path that we have together. So hindi kami nagkaintindihan initially because parang syempre for her, we started this together. Let's finish it. Let's do all these things. But if there was that other direction that I wanted to take, nagkaiba kami ng choice.
Okay.
So from there, I guess 2 years was enough then for us to realize na it doesn't have to, parang us being friends doesn't mean that we have to do all things together
Yeah.
or make the same decisions,
Or
share
have the same taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, nung nag-reconnect kami, na-realize namin, parang okay pa rin naman yung dynamics and
Yeah.
chemistry
Okay.
namin together.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were able to rise above the differences.
So doon sa 2 years na yun, as in you were not talking to each other?
Not at
Wow.
all.
Oh
We
my
hated
gosh.
each other.
Wow.
Like, when people
Oh, that's
would
a
say,
strong word.
That's a strong
Hated
word.
each other.
Hated.
Like when people would say, nakakasama mo pa ba si G? I said, what? Voldemort.
Wait, sorry, nabibingi ako. I can't hear.
That's so good.
Yeah, but we could laugh about it now.
Yeah, pero dati.
Pero dati talagang hate.
G, how would you describe those 2 years?
Those 2 years for me, I actually doon ako nag-wave. I was in radio with Anne. Na-discover ko yung other people around our circle and even outside. So, when we actually reconnected as friends, ang daming chika after. Oh, kamusta ka na? Ano nangyari? Ito, ganyan. So, I guess it was still good pa rin for the both of us.
Yeah. And we realized that there were some things that were petty. Na parang, yun na yung pinag-awayan natin. Yun yung naging cause ng FO natin. Parang ang dami na nating realization sa buhay na hindi natin gagamitin yun para end ng friendship.
So you replaced Abby with Anne for 2 years, and this is actually a confrontation, Anne.
Actually, Anne.
Actually, Anne, we have things to say.
But I should say, si Abby,
Nag-stutter bigla, oh.
si G, si G,
it's okay.
the fans, the listeners loved her on Wave.
Yes, yes,
Such a
yes.
fun 2 years,
Oh,
actually.
yeah. 2 years was just really too short. But I'm curious, paano nag-start yung reconnection niyo?
Yeah.
Well, so with her being in Wave and
Sino
doing
unang
her
tumawag
own-
to her?
Well, it's me. But it was because of a major decision I had for my own path naman. Kasi
Okay.
I'm an alopecia awareness advocate.
Yes.
So in 2012, I decided to remove all the hats and the wigs to come out bald. Sabi ko, I don't wanna hide anymore. This is me. Maybe I should reconnect with that person na I hated. Parang wala na, fresh start. Wala na mga sama ng loob. Wala na mga
Okay.
bitterness. So I reached out to her and I said, I'm making this decision. It would mean a lot if you would come because you were a big part of my life.
Yeah.
Also. Kasi nung mga times na hindi pa alam ng mga tao na kalbo ako, I would wear a wig. Siya yung, kunyari sa Boracay, she would shield
yeah.
me from people na natanggal yung hair ko. Tapos talagang, alam mo yun, napagdaanan natin yun eh.
Actually, ngayon naalala ko that she was, just really quick, she was doing the bouncy house, tas yung wig fell
Forget.
out. So
Yeah.
I jumped in front of the camera. I'm like, look at me!
Yeah. Well, I was picking my wig.
that's sweet.
Yeah, so yung mga ganung bagay na she was there during that moment. I want her to be with me sa next season na I'm already embracing what makes me different and my uniqueness. So, yun na, we started to, it wasn't easy, hindi naman agad-agad na close na kami agad. And that was one thing that we discussed in the podcast also na sometimes, you know, you would feel na, okay, let's be open and let this other person in doesn't mean back to normal
Or
na
pwede
or
kayo maging close
kayo
ulit.
agad.
Kasi sometimes hindi naman talaga.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true. Pero Abby, when she actually showed up, how did
I
that
didn't.
make you?
She didn't
Oh, she didn't show up.
She didn't show up, but
Harsh naman!
pero feeling ko nga excuse lang niya yun na, sorry, I can't go. Feeling ko ayaw lang din niya talaga.
No, but sinundutan ko naman.
Parang hindi ka pa ready ba nun?
No, I genuinely had work.
Okay.
But then I said, I can't go. But I'm open to coffee.
Yeah.
Mag-coffee tayo,
Okay,
ganun.
okay.
So, nung nagkita kami sa McDo, Marcos Highway,
Very particular,
Yeah.
ha? Okay.
pasok ako. Pagpasok ko, meron, hi.
Yeah. Hindi pa yung super, oh my gosh, I miss you. Siyempre nakaka-nervous din yung confrontation after 2 years, diba? So, it
So,
was a
parang-
nervous energy.
Oo. Pero both of us really wanted to hash it out.
Yeah.
Hash it out. Pero I think I speak for the both of us when I say na ayoko lang ng baggage.
Okay.
So, okay na yon. Let's just let it go, whatever. So, nung naging close kami ulit, honestly, talagang hindi siya planado.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hindi siya
And I
forced.
think the friendship becomes stronger, no? Pag kunwari may pinagdaanan kayong ganong klaseng
Yeah.
challenge or
Yeah.
struggle, and then you were not talking for 2 years, and then when you finally reconnect, diba? It makes the
Yeah.
friendship tougher.
Yeah.
Diba?
Actually, naging standard ko siya with my other friendships in a sense na kami nga ni G, napagdaanan namin yung hate na level, okay lang, kaya pa naming ma-fix yung ano. So ngayon, pag meron din kaming mga sariling disagreement or we're going through some issues now, I would be like, no, we've gone through the worst.
Yeah,
I think.
true.
All right, I mean, now you're doing a podcast together at yung content nyo is your friendship. And your takes and all of that together. When we take a look at the way that you curate your experiences that you show and you share, because again, it's so honest, and especially you, Abby, you're being honest, especially with your alopecia awareness, is always such a big talking point. Pero when you actually talk about what we're gonna put out sa podcast, how does that go about? Kasi it's hard to just say, oh, let's just go out there and just record. You have to sort
You
of
have to
plan it
plan
out.
it.
Oo.
Kami kasi, I mean, we're all relatively updated with what's on your FYP,
Yeah.
what's on the news or whatever. And in between those times na nag-air kami, syempre naiipon yung mga gusto nating pag-usapan to. Or,
Yeah.
Yes.
alam mo yun, gusto ko tong pag-usapan dun. So, when we're not taping, when we're not shooting, I list it down. she does the same as well. And then pag pre-prod na kami, doon na namin pinag-uusapan what are the topics that most people can relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eh, paano pag hindi kayo nag-disagree over, certain
Kung nag-agree
topics?
kayo,
Oo.
too much.
No, actually, wala pa naman.
Meron tayong na nag-agree, meron na disagree.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think what makes the show Say What then, other than parang, they said that, it's really more of real talk in a sense na pagkasama mo yung friends mo, yung mga bagay na hindi mo masasabi in public.
Yeah.
Or you wouldn't like others to hear that's coming from you. Yun yung we are able to candidly talk about our opinions and what we think about certain topics.
Has something surprised you about each other while doing the podcast? Like yung mga take nyo, yung mga approach nyo on certain things?
Actually, hindi naman surprise, pero more on, ang lalim pala minsan ng ng tingin niya sa isang bagay. Kasi minsan puro kalokohan yung mga pinag-usapan.
Mas nafe-flesh out.
Nafe-flesh out yung mga opinions. Yun siya.
Okay, if you could, like cross over and with another podcast host, di ba? Parang magkaroon ng
Collab.
podcast crossover,
Yeah.
di ba? Who would you, choose? Tayo raw, Pao.
No, wait lang. Wala pa tayong podcast. Dito
Hi
na
guys,
sila.
welcome to our podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah, relatively-
This is already like this is your first collab na.
Practically. Oo.
TV podcast. But others out there na gusto nyo maka-collab.
I haven't thought of that, pero off the top of my head, Alex Calleja is brilliant.
We had
yeah.
him on the show. Like
Yeah,
a
he's
couple of
brilliant.
weeks
I love his mind. I love how he takes relative topics also and twists it into humorous situations. Yeah, I like that.
At nag-overtime kami ng 15 minutes
Oo,
sa kanya.
talaga?
Oo.
Kasi he's unstoppable.
He's unstoppable.
Pag bumigyan ng cue cards, kaya niya yun.
Oo. Rinait niya yung tsaa dito sa opisina.
That is so true.
All right, but then of course, apart from the collabs and all of that, this is also a new platform. Abby, I want to ask about you in particular kasi you have used your platform all the time to raise alopecia awareness, it's making all these stands, these advocacies, and I'm not quite sure if you've used this podcast yet to talk about yung mga awareness and advocacies mo, but I'm sure that somewhere down the road. I mean, let's talk about that muna, yung using your platform. How important is it? Knowing that you're going through certain things, you have experienced certain things, you know how it feels to be alone in certain things, that you're actually going out there and advocating for these issues.
Yeah, I think it's really all about authenticity. Kasi sometimes you don't even have to force na, okay, for this episode, we're gonna talk about alopecia awareness or self-esteem.
Nagpa-pop out siya.
Oo, bigla na lang in our topics, friendship, or kahit utang yung pinag-uusapan, or ano ba yung huli nating topic? Aging!
Yes.
Yung about, we were talking about how you should love yourself and embrace every season of your life. It's basically like, when we talk about alopecia awareness, it's really about accepting who you are and where you are in your life. So, with the other topics, parang natural na rin siya lumalabas. And for me, I take every opportunity rin talaga to speak. Kasi people won't know unless someone actually talks about these things. So, that's why alopecia awareness really means a lot to me. Because it opens room for understanding and compassion towards the community. And natutuwa rin ako kasi with G, she's also been supporting the advocacy for years. She would host our events.
Yeah.
She would always be there. Yung huling event, nag-ano siya ng mga sponsors for our
Ganun
thing.
naman sharing resources din eh.
Right, right.
Like a true friend, share sponsors.
Of course. Diba? Sharean mo ko ng sponsors mo.
I don't think bagay ate mga sponsors ko para sa iyo.
Kasi, but you don't just speak out about alopecia, you don't just inspire through speaking, but also through music, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any new songs coming out?
Yeah, I actually have a new song called Halauy. And medyo
Oh, I heard that.
naiintriga
from
yung
your
mga tao
post.
kasi
Yes.
yung line niya is haliparot.
Okay.
When people would hear it, parang scandalous. But kasi my music is modern kundi man inspired. And if you look back to that era, hindi lang naman siya love songs na passionate. Meron din siyang fun, flirty songs. Part nun is galaw-gaw, kunyari, ginagamit niya yung haliparot. So, with this song, it comes off as a fun, playful song, but it's actually about respect and not playing with fire na basically, ang story is, kung meron ng relationship yung tao, layuan mo na. Huwag ka nang
Haliparot.
Oo. Pwede ko sabihin yung landi dito, pero huwag ka nang manlandi ng mga taong hindi na dapat pinapakialaman.
Wag haliparot.
Yes.
Wag maharot.
Wag
Remember we
maharot.
had one horoscope about that kay Master Hans. Sabi
Yeah.
niya about being maharot.
Ako ba yun?
Year of the dog yata.
Year
yun.
of the dog. Oh, thank God.
Sino
Oh,
year
hindi
of
ko
the
naalala
dog?
bigla.
Hindi ako dog.
Wala. So, walang haliparot sa atin.
Wala.
Huwag haliparot kundi malalagot.
I love that.
Oh my
but
gosh.
you know what, G, I wanted to focus on you naman. Kasi you are known as Speedy G.
Yeah.
Right? I want you to make a demo sana.
Anong
But
oras na ba? Nakapagkape na
Pang
ba
ano,
tayo?
alarm clock.
Yeah, kasi you have
Pampagising.
this rapid fire way of speaking.
Yeah,
diba?
yeah.
And it's such an effective, way of you getting people's attention talaga. The way you talk so fast about anything under the sun. Gusto ko yung i-demo para makita ng
Saan yan galing?
viewers.
Well, we were part of an improv group before.
Yeah.
And they were just asking us, ano ba yung pwede nyo i-showcase, ganyan. Tapos parang everyone's doing bits, whatever. Sabi ko, I can talk fast. Tapos yung ano namin, parang, how fast? Really fast.
Okay.
Speedy G, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, no.
Give a word. No, you give a word first. One word.
Give a word.
Radio.
Radio and...
Radio and coffee.
Okay.
Coffee. Okay.
Ano bang sinutuwa talaga ko si Mr. Pumapasok ko na di ba nakikita ko na kunwari minuha ng kape, tapos sabi ko hindi man talaga ako nagigising, di ba pupunta ko doon, natal ko kunwari, nakapag-shampoo ba ako, hindi mo nakapag-shampoo, tapos sabi ko na ba, nakunwari na dandruff, tara pa talaga yung nilabas ko, di ba ako nakunwari, tara mo yan. Oh my
Alam mo?
Hindi pa ako
Alam mo?
Hindi pa siya nakapagkape sa lagay na yan.
Alam mo?
Oh my gosh.
Hindi pa siya nagkakape.
She would actually do
Did you
very
actually
well.
understand?
It's like, I guess, I heard 2 words, pwede na. No, pero pwede ka magkaroon ka ng mga auctioneer sa Texas. Yung mga cowboy hat.
Kunin mo na yan.
Oh. Like, that would be perfect. Grabe. How often do you do that? I mean, like, I know you're a host. I know that you're the life of the party, right? So,
Well,
how often?
actually, that's the misconception about me. When they hear that, they go like, siguro pag nagagalit ka, ang bilis-bilis mo magsalita. No, I'm just really quiet. I'm chill.
Really? So, parang iniipon mo.
mabilis.
So, pag
Minsan, she calls me a yapping chihuahua.
Minsan.
Okay.
So, pag pinapagalitan mo yung anak mo, hindi naman,
Hindi naman. More of like,
oras na, saka di naman naglaro.
oh, hindi naman. Pero more of like, pag napuput lang ako on the spot, the adrenaline kicks in.
Yeah.
And then that's how it works.
Yeah, we just
That was
saw it now. Yung
amazing,
adrenaline
though.
got kicked in on
Yeah,
live
that was
TV.
amazing.
Oo, wow.
my.
Okay. Wait, saan na tayo?
Nawala.
But you know, speaking of music, you guys do all this content together. In fact, we have one that we're gonna play right now. One of them is to write parody jingles, and I think that you've done one recently na talagang it spoke to me.
It spoke to you.
Talaga. Sabi ko
Thought
nga
you
this should be the Paolo del Rosario anthem.
So wait, we should roll it now. Okay, cut them off.
Teach me magpapogi, ay. Ang lakas mo, what can you teach me magpapogi? You know why, gwapong-gwapo sa sarili. All you need is a little kagadlab.
Again, I when I heard it, I just said that this is totally not me kasi.
Ay, nako.
Kaya nakarelate ako kasi this is the opposite of what I am. You know, yung mga down to earth, mga humble.
Mga chill.
Chill
na
lang.
lang
Can you
nandito
see
kami.
the look on my face?
I know,
Totally
I can see.
disagreeing with what he's saying.
Oh, what?
Ano?
Quiet kaya ako.
Teach me how to pogi.
Yeah.
Gwapong-gwapo sa sarili. That is so you. Gwapo naman kasi talaga siya.
Tawag ako dito
Ano
because they
sila?
disagree with you. You know, on the spot ako bigla. My gosh.
So our EP said baka we can do raw an on the spot jingle for me and Pao to the tune of Teach Me How to Pogi.
Teach me how to doggy naman talaga yung original.
Oo
Okay,
nga.
just to be clear.
Oo, pero
Okay.
wala tayong rights to that song eh. Dito na lang tayo sa Teach Me How to Pogi.
In other words, freestyle rap tayo.
Freestyle rap.
Freestyle
Oh my
rap.
God.
But that's what they used to do, Ann, right?
No!
Yes, you
Oh,
did.
really? No, kasi remember when we had the show, me and Ryan Armamento,
Yeah.
we would have a rap every single day to close the show. But I didn't write that rap. He's the singer.
No, in other
he's
words,
the
kasi
rapper.
a hidden rapper si Ann.
Hindi!
Top community yan si Ann.
Oo.
Hardcore hip-hop yan.
Hardcore yan.
Oh my God, hindi pa matatapos tong segment na to.
Hindi,
Aren't we
go.
running out of time?
No, not yet apparently. May have My watch just told me that we are in a loud environment.
Oh my God! Think of something.
Okay, so-
It's a chat GPT ko. Teka,
Wait,
open ko to.
mag-chat GPT ka. But then,
GPT.
in all seriousness, when you
Go.
start coming up with content like that and you have to come up with lyrics, how does that
Wait, may
conversation
lyrics
flow?
na ako eh. I thought you were
Oh,
gonna
Oh
okay,
my
go,
God.
Go, Abby.
Wala na siya,
Yes,
lalaman
yes. Go, Abby.
Can we play it?
We'll play the beat.
This is the most scared I've ever been on the show.
Okay, ako na mag- Okay, 5, 6.
Teach me magpa-morning, teach me magpa-morning. Teach me magpa-morning, teach me magpa-morning.
Yun na feel natin ang umaga natin with Ann and Paolo. Yun na.
Yeah! Break it down!
Not for the Grammys, but you know, we tried.
Dapat sinabi mo
That was awesome!
Ganun pa yun eh.
And Paolo, G, and Abby, kape sa umaga, wala pa rin energy si G, pero nakapag-speed talk na siya. Oh, yeah!
Oh my gosh, that was amazing!
Did not expect that. I am so happy right
Chill
now.
pa nga yun kasi nakita
Chill pa.
Teach me magpa-morning. Ganun pa eh. Medyo.
Oh, actually,
It's not excellent, guys. We're so sorry.
No. It's a workshop, but it'll get there. It'll get there.
Grabe,
Thank you.
no? Nagka-falling out na kayo niyan, ah. Pero yung connection nyo, ibang klase.
Yeah,
But
grabe.
for
Thank you.
What are your plans for future episodes of the podcast?
Oh, so many. We have yet to come up with our official stinger for the show. That's something
And the
that
jingle.
And
the
you
jingle.
did this on
Yeah.
the spot. Ang dali lang yan para sa inyo.
Oo.
Oh, but I mean, like, we wanted to come out in phases. So
Okay.
that's one that's gonna come out. Host of new guests na
Yeah, we have
we're
guests for the next episode.
very
Surprise
can
ba?
we,
Yeah,
the next one next week, it's gonna be Gerald Napoles, who's gonna be
Oh my
part
God,
of
that's
it.
gonna be,
Ang
ano,
topic namin is yung
super
friend mong
funny yun.
sumakses.
Yung friend mong sumakses.
Ay, ang ganda.
Yeah. And then I saw you showed also in our trailer si Pancho Magno.
Yeah.
And he talks naman about fathering his kids.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
So we have a whole host of other stuff and I hope people can watch it.
Yeah. So we actually have two last questions before we let you go because
Yeah.
we're running out of time, unfortunately. And I know we always have a last question with you, but then I have one
Sige,
bonus
go.
one right after. No, ikaw muna.
Ako.
Yeah, ikaw muna.
Ako muna. Okay,
Oo.
so the show is called Beautiful Day. What makes your day beautiful? Let's start with G.
My son,
Oh.
yeah, when I wake up, sometimes his fingers be like up my nose. And be like,
that's so
it's such a
cute.
beautiful morning.
Yeah.
But it wakes me up in a peppy mood, and that's something na I use as inspiration for my day.
How about you, Abby?
Beautiful day when I'm able to do the things that I love and make me happy. And part of that is the people around me and getting to work towards my dreams and just being alive. Parang sometimes at the end of the day, parang, Lord, thank you. I'm healthy. My
Yeah.
family is protected and safe. We're
Yeah.
all alive. That's a beautiful day for me.
Yeah.
that's
And
beautiful.
this last bonus question is what makes your friendship beautiful, Abby?
Ikaw muna!
Gusto ko yung...
Gusto on the spot ako.
For me, I don't... off the top of my head, I'm thinking I don't have to walk on eggshells. For me, I can be broken. I can be perky. You know, like I'm accepted. So with this friendship, I'm very grateful na nakita niya yung different faces ko. Yung parating ko naman ito sinasabi na we are the strongest women we know. And she knows the weakest. She knows when I was the strongest. And I think that's what makes it beautiful for me because I don't have to put up a front. Yeah.
Abby,
In
Abby?
relation to that, for me, it's the security that I have with you as a friend. Parang alam ko that no matter what happens, I have your back, you have
yeah.
mine. And yun nga, we've seen each other through the worst, the best
Yeah.
parts. Although mas marami pang best for sure na mangyayari. But I'm secure that we good.
I got you, girl.
Oh, that's gonna make me
Fantastic.
cry.
Besties for life.
No, till we're lolas.
Yeah.
Till we're lolas.
Teach me how to Lola.
The ladies of Say Wuht! Ladies and gentlemen, Abby, Asistio and Gee Canlas, thank you so much for being
much.
here. Oh my goodness.
Fantastic. Oh, man. Right, so from there, we're going to move on because after a break, we gather Dating Coach V's followers' questions and she'll answer them on Love Hacks. Don't go away. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, we pulled together the lovesick questions from Dating Coach V's social media followers, and today she'll answer them on Love Hacks.
Love hacks, we got you. No need to be sad. Love hacks, we got you. No need to feel
Okay, Beautiful Day, Coach V. Thank you so much for joining us here as we're going to bring out the bowl full of questions. We're going to have it handed over
Because
here.
the last time we had this, it was so effective, diba? People started sending you so many love questions, and ang dami talagang questions ng people about love, no? Heartbreak, anything that falls under the category of love.
Correct. And it's so fun because these are real questions coming from real people. They're really going through this.
Yeah.
So Coach
I'm
V
excited.
is going to go
she'll
and
pick
get
and
from the
then
fishbowl.
We will read them.
Well, it's
Thank
really a bowl.
you.
No fish can fit in there.
Right. So just as a backgrounder, my loves, these are coming from my Instagram account.
Okay.
Where they send, like, once a week I do like a poll for questions so that we can actually hear from the ground what's happening in the dating arena in the Philippines.
All right,
right
so
now.
she picked it up. I'll read the first one.
Thank you.
Coach V picked it up. And again, the first question that we're going to have here today
Dun, da, da, da.
from Sheil D loves you? Sheil, okay, you. Thank you so much for sending in this message. Hi, I'm in my early 30s and struggling finding love. Boyfriend po. Advice po. We're very generic, but then for someone in their early 30s na nahihirapan pa rin ngayon, what do you think are the options that they can pursue?
Yeah. First is to change the mindset that kapag early 30s na, it's difficult to find love. It's not. Like, even I personally, I had better suitors and more suitors on my 30s than on my 20s. And so first will be the framing. Like, I'm on my 30s, meaning I'm at my peak, supposedly. No? Hindi yung I'm on my 30s, wala na akong pag-asa to find love. So first is the mindset. Think that it is actually your time to date better, because on your 30s, I do believe that your career is more established, so you have more money for self-care.
Yes, that's true.
Kasi nung 20s ako, parang wala
wala pa tayong pera
wala pa tayong
nun.
mga pang lift niyan, 'di ba?
That's
Wala pa
true.
masyadong paano ng hair. So, yan, invest in yourself using that money. Dapat every month, pag bagsak ng sweldo mo, there's 10 to 20% na napupunta, especially if you're a lady looking for love, napupunta sa self-care and personality development, no?
Okay.
Hindi pwedeng puro support sa family, hindi pwedeng puro reinvestment. Investments are good, but you also have to direct something to yourself.
Yeah, tapos pag lalaki naman yung 10 to 20% mapupunta sa girlfriend mo or sa date mo.
Are you speaking from experience?
No, I'm not complaining about anything. Hindi yan advice, ha? Don't do that.
Yeah, but Pao, I do
Just
think
had to ask.
that's a legitimate advice, because you have, at one point, you have to maintain relationships, no? And
Yes,
that
yes.
includes time and
Yeah.
investment. All right,
All right,
next
all right,
question.
Okay, next question comes from Rowan Gay. Rowan Guy. Okay, how can I express my interest in a guy without coming across as too forward in a first move?
So this is coming from a guy or a
Girl.
For a girl.
Ah,
Yeah, so
okay.
gusto niya, Rowan Guy, so girl to, how can she show her interest without
Being too forward.
being too forward.
Right. So drop the handkerchief.
Yeah, the right handkerchief strategy.
I am not a fan of women pursuing men, because I do believe in the biology and the evolutionary,
Okay.
default of men and women. Men still likes women more when they pursue them. But also the dropping the handkerchief, meaning dropping some hints that you're open for love, giving a sign that I like you, but not actually asking them out. So when
Okay.
somebody asks me, like, Coach V, like, how can I ask them out without asking them out? Then I tell them, use the Benjamin Franklin effect. Benjamin Franklin effect states that when you ask for help from somebody, they tend to feel closer to you. So instead of telling them, pwede gusto mo, can I take you out for coffee or kape tayo? Tell them like, oh, I need your help. And then when a man likes you, may konting interest din sila, they would say, sure. And then kape kayo.
I need your help over coffee.
Oo,
Yes, I
pero,
need your help. Let's have coffee.
Okay.
Pero paano kung
So-
I need your help with another person?
Ay, iba na yun.
Sakit nun, no?
Kay Coach V ka humingi ng tulong.
Yeah, so if you want to take a man on a date, you don't tell them like, oh, let me take you out on a date. You say, you know what, kuya, I need your help on something. Patulong naman.
Wag lang daw need your help with money.
All right.
Ay, wag
Yeah.
lang.
Oo.
Pero you know what, I had a client na nagamit niya yan to her advantage. May crush na crush siya. So, she borrowed money. Tapos kinonti-konti niya yung pagbayad. Tapos sabi niya, I will only pay you in person. So, kita sila ng kita. So, kape sila ng kape. Na-develop.
Wow.
Was that her intention talaga?
Yes.
Strategy.
Yes, that
Strategy.
was her intention.
Very smart.
Because she learned about the concept of mere exposure effect, which we thought. No, mere exposure effect states that the more exposure you have with the person, the more you tend to like them.
Okay.
So, pag kita kayo ng kita, tumataas yung trust, tumataas yung familiarity, nagustuhan.
Okay. So,
Interesting.
so this one's coming from Kinit DMD. I have no idea how to pronounce that. All right. Doc, why has my ex keep posting things that he really knew I hated before when we were together? Like, feeling ko patama to eh. Like feeling niya na nagpapatama yung ex niya.
So, yung ex niya nagpo-post ng stuff na ayaw niya when they were together.
Yes.
Okay. Pero pinopost niya ngayon na hindi na sila.
I'm assuming, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ang tanong ko, anong ginagawa mo sa page ng ex mo?
Ayun!
Ha? Ex na nga eh.
Exactly!
Because
Pero kasi some girls are like that, di ba?
Right.
Minsan, kahit ex na medyo tinitignan mo kung may bagong
Correct.
relationship na, anong itsura ng bagong girl, di ba? May
That's
ganon.
true. My number one advice is maghanap ka ng bagong love life para hindi ka nakasubscribe sa love life ng ex mo. That's number one. Second is maybe your ex is not intentionally doing it. Maybe that's just him. Maybe that's something that he really wants to post. At hindi niya lang na-post nung kayo dahil alam ng ex mo na ayaw mo. No?
I wonder what these things are that she doesn't like, no?
You know, that's diving so deep into it. Pero I don't think we can go into details without actually knowing the details, diba? So we'll move on from here.
Right.
Okay, so Coach V is gonna get on our next
Should
question.
they unfollow
Yes!
their exes on
Block
social
mo
media?
na!
I-block na.
Yeah, I actually would block kasi it parang may bitterness connotation.
Oh, fine.
So
Don't
unfollow
block.
lang.
Mute.
So just unfriend, ganon.
Unfollow or
Unfriend.
or like make a punishment. Like every time I check my ex page, I'm gonna put like 1,000 pesos sa my savings account or manlilibre ako ng kape sa office mate ko. Punish yourself for doing bad habits so you don't go back to it.
Okay, so at least we know na hindi tayo nagpapakape dito sa opisina.
I-unfriend mo na kasi, di ba? Unfriend mo na para hindi mo na check. At saka para hindi lalabas sa algorithm mo. Kasi pag friends pa kayo, lalabas pa rin yan sa timeline mo eh. When you scroll. Di ba?
Yung hassle lang, paano kung sikat yung ex mo?
Based from experience ba to? Hindi naman.
No comments. So, let's move on.
Oh, let's move on kasi may tatanungin sana ako pero wag na,
Yeah, wag
di
na.
ba? Name is Paula B. How do you build your trust in men again after being pursued and discarded by an avoidant?
What's an avoidant?
What's an avoidant?
Avoidant attachment style. So
okay.
probably she was not given enough attention
yeah.
that she wanted from so nagkaroon siya ng trust issues.
So pinursu siya tapos biglang inabandon siya, parang ganun.
Did he say
Sabi
she
niya
said that she
after
was
being pursued, sabi niya.
Oh.
Trust in men again after being pursued and then discarded by an avoidant.
Parang parang may narcissism trait. Sometimes the best manliligaws are narcissistic because they know how to make you feel really, really good. Puts you in a high and then drops you really low. So they toy with your emotions, and when your emotions go high and low, that's when it becomes nakakahook. Kaya parang kahit narcissistic sila, 'di ba, mahal na mahal
Oh
natin
my
sila.
God.
But
Okay, go ahead.
Bakit?
So,
Natamaan ka ba?
oo nga.
No,
Go ahead.
when I was younger, when I was in
Okay, it's coming out.
This is not, hindi na to kami ha. This
ikaw
is
na
all
to,
you.
No,
This is
when I
all
was,
you.
teka lang, when I was in college, that was so many years back. Medyo ganun ako. When I like someone, I'll show that person na, hey, I really like you. Tapos pag when they like me back na, okay, ayoko na. Kasi wala na yung thrill of, parang ganun.
May ganon.
Actor ka lang no?
Pero
You're like, you're like a predator.
I'm better now. I'm
Healed na, na-healed na yung ganong
hindi naman
need.
healed, but you know, I've grown, I've matured, and
then
basahin mo
na-hunted na daw si Anne.
Nasagot ba natin siya?
Yeah, I
naman
think
natin
so,
siya.
right?
Okay,
Like,
good.
avoid that. Like, i-block mo na. Yeah, just, we can move on from that. Okay, ito, lalaki, Balushi, 99V.
Ooh.
Talking with a girl who likes me, interested, etc. But sometimes she talks to me about other men.
Ooh,
Ouch.
It's ouch, but I love this because sometimes women, no, we're very creative in a way that instead of telling the man, buy me flowers, ang gagawin nila, oh, my ex used to buy me like flowers.
Magpapaselos siya. Paparinig para magselos.
Dapat don't
para
use your
mag-action.
Don't use your ex as an example,
Paano pag
Yeah,
hindi
but that's
ex,
the
'di ba?
thing.
Paano pag kunwari, oh, my office mate, ganyan. Binilan ako ng food, mga
Correct.
ganon.
So my advice for him is instead of looking at the men example, wag mong pansinin kung sino yung lalaking ini-example niya. Pansinin mo kung ano yung sinasabi niya. Ano ba yung gusto niya from making kwento about the men, the
Yeah.
other men. So look at that because usually, especially Filipino culture, we're paikot-ikot. Like we are so shy to say like, ano mo naman ako, like buy me something or libre me or like love me, kiss me, hug me, di ba?
Yeah.
We're going around the bush and sometimes we use other people as an
But wait, Coach B, I have a
example,
question.
Storytelling.
What if this is also a sign that the girl is not really into that guy?
Yeah, but he said she is
Talking
interested.
Oh.
The number one indicator of a woman's interest is time. And so when a woman is spending time with you, talking with you, hanging out with you, pumapayag sa date, then there's some sort of investment.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay.
See that,
So
guys?
kailangan
You see that?
i-ano mo muna, tignan mo muna, is she spending enough time with me? And
Yes.
then,
Yeah.
yun, nagpapaselos lang siya.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do we still have time for one more?
Yeah, I think we do.
Okay, last
Alright,
one.
last.
Okay.
But girls,
Last,
don't bring
last,
up your
last.
ex, ha?
Wag na
Insecure
yung
kami.
ex, someone else. So-
Yeah, pero totoo yan, men doesn't wanna be compared. That's the number
Oh, that is so
one
true.
theft
Ego yan.
So I had a So one time I was
Sige, go!
Kasi nagkwento ka eh, diba? So,
Go.
like it was about, I remember it was about flowers. And it wasn't even the person I was seeing who mentioned the flowers. It was her friend. Oh, diba yung ex mo nagbigay ng XYZ or mga ganun. So I'm like, oh no, unfriend this person.
Baka she was told lang din.
So alam nyo na ang weakness ni Paolo del Rosario, di ba?
my
Wag,
gosh.
don't compare him to any other guy.
Wow, this is a long piece of paper,
For
ha?
example, George Canlas. Okay, last question for today comes from Maggie. What if the guy hasn't proposed within the timeline he mentioned? Is that a deal breaker?
Word.
I do think that it is a deal breaker because the way that you establish trust is words and actions it has to meet. So when I say
Okay.
we're gonna get married in 5 years and we're already on our 7th year mark and you're not doing anything, did you just say that to keep me around? So you have to sit down, ask that conversation and say, you know what? If you're not planning to get married, it's okay. But please let me go. Because girl, you have also a schedule to follow.
Yeah, meron tayong body clock. Ay, ano tawag doon? The biological clock. There you go.
All right, so I think we have time for just one more.
One more?
One
Okay,
last.
sige.
Okay,
One
one
last.
last.
One more.
Let's see
There
if we...
you go.
Oh, no, wala na daw.
Wala na
Sorry.
raw. Oh, nabunot
Wait,
na natin.
nabunot na natin.
Oh, sorry,
my God,
Attorney Karen.
May
We're gonna eat
sumigaw
up a
bigla
little.
sa, okay.
Narinig ko yun.
From Ailey and Evangelio, how do you keep positive looking for love? Siguro na heartbroken to. How do you keep on staying positive and keep on going at it?
So Dr. Terry Orbuch, one of the best scientists on love and relationships, she said that the people who find love are those positive about love. Ibig sabihin, if you have a positive mindset na one day dadating yan, one day I will meet my the one, then they're the people who are more receptive when somebody asks them on a date. So do not be bitter about love because if you're bitter about love, be ready to stay single forever.
You know, that is a great way to end the segment. Kasi napaka-positive yung message.
Yeah.
Diba?
And you attract your own vibe.
Oo.
Diba?
And
Yeah.
the nice thing is, walang na-booking dito sa show na to.
Wala.
Almost.
Oo. Anong almost? almost. Wala
Wala
talaga.
lang.
not
I
even
was gonna
close.
ask something na baka
Kaya
may
nga.
so, but I'm
Off-air
very
na lang,
careful
off-air
on
na
the
lang.
show. Yes.
Alright, sige. So,
Thank you,
so
Coach V.
much.
That was fun. We should have like a
Oo.
Q&A edition
No,
talaga.
yeah, no,
every
for
once in a
sure.
while.
Because, again, that's for today's Love Hacks, dating Coach V. For netizens who are following Coach V, if you're in need of love hacks, just DM Coach V at Dating Coach V on Instagram. So she'll create that post there. So thank you so much, Coach V.
Thanks, Coach
And
V.
thank you so much to all of the listeners who has shown us all of this, all these questions, these burning questions. So let's all work that out. Let's bring out the countdown here for Christmas.
Yes, how many more days? Beautiful days before Christmas.
79! Malapit na ang spending time!
I know!
Kailangan natin ng budget insertions! And that's a wrap on our show this Tuesday, October 7. It was jam-packed. I am tired. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Paolo de Rosario. Remember, keep it cool, take it easy.
And I'm Asis-Carilo. Have a great day ahead. And always remember to choose joy and spread love and kindness wherever this day takes you. See you again tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful Day!